What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, alongside
NGA Pro Lex Kovacs with NutraKey.
NutraKey. They got some cool products. They sell Pop-Tarts, Envy, and True Burn. How did that get there? These natties always have Pop-Tarts. This guy has a Pop-Tart, and that's why he wears cargo pants. Look at this. This is a perfect Pop-Tart compartment. This is a Pop-Tart right here.
See that? That's a Pop-Tart actually right there.
I thought it would have been lucky it wasn't his junk, or else I'd be really grabbing something. Anyway, why do you have a square penis, sir? And this comes from Jose, my man Jose. What is your opinion? The subject is cardio/sport. You guys know you send in these questions. We have a form on Tiger Fitness on the content site, and I answer these on video. I have like 10 million of them, so it might take a while to get to them, but trust me, I'm going to get to this bitch. What is your opinion, or what do you think the difference is, if any, on cardio to stimulate metabolism or for fat loss in sport? Basically, i.e. playing tennis, do they help you the same fat loss-wise? Shall I interject? Cardio is cardio is cardio. High intensity cardio, I recommend Tabata post-workout every time now, because I evolved, dude. I'm willing to admit, dude. I was like, dude, all low intensity, you don't want to fuck up recovery, but we've actually found a system that doesn't mess up recovery that equals 60 minutes of aerobic work in 4 minutes. So I'm like, cool, this is awesome. When I learn new things, I'm not afraid to say that my old way worked. We get people shredded, but I might have a way that's better, and we're gonna definitely try it out. For me, the results have been awesome. So there's two types of cardio. High intensity, where you increase your EPOC literally for 39 hours post-training. So that increases your post-exercise caloric burn, just like weight training, same thing. And you have low intensity cardio, which essentially the calories you burn are burnt right there. And I like to see low intensity cardio as more than cardio. I like to see it as something that actually increases your recovery ability. But either way, you are burning calories, but the efficiency of shuttling glucose and everything into your muscles with high intensity cardio or something like Tabata is much more efficient and takes much less time. What say you, Mother?
Also, when it comes to the comparison between low intensity steady state cardio or LISS cardio, is the fact that you're not actually going to be building up any muscle.
No.
You're strictly burning.
It's actually the opposite a little bit, yeah.
I mean, I'd make the comparison all the time. What would you rather look like? Would you rather look like an Olympic cross-country runner, or would you like to look like an Olympic sprinter? Mm-hmm. I mean, one looks like they're an inch from death. One looks like they can rip your head off with their bare hands. And like I said, which one do you want to look like? And form your training around your goals. And if that's what you want to do, you want to look like the Ethiopian, go ahead and go for that.
That guy's hot.
You know?
But here's the thing. We also need to realize that those guys train for specificity, so obviously marathon runners don't want to carry extra muscle.
Exactly.
With the weight training stimulus, I'm going to argue that low intensity steady state is not going to burn any large degree of muscle, because you're creating that EPOC already from the weight training. You're creating that stimulus, that protein synthesis from weight training. You're resisting, you're overloading. Obviously, if you do something that has no resistance, like long duration cardio, very little resistance other than body resistance, you're going to have that skinny, fat, ugly look, right? No offense to people who have skinny, fat, ugly looks, but it's just not my look. I like when you look like at a girl, like you see a lean girl, but she's soft, and you see a girl who squats, you know what I mean? Then you're like, ba-pow, right? That's the difference for me. So my recommendation, my answer to your question is there is no difference in cardio versus cardio, because athletes generally do similar cardio. They either do, like, for example, I have to point to what I know, Exos, and a lot of people use high intensity training. A lot of the old school coaches just run you until you can't walk anymore, which honestly is the worst thing you can do, because the recovery's not there. Mm-hmm. The goal with cardio is to get in, get out, get as much out of it as possible. That's where energy systems development comes into play. That's where I utilize Tabata post-workout. However, if I have a client who is already at 1,200 calories, who is already doing Tabata, there's only one thing I could do other than turning him into an anorexic. And that's add in low intensity steady state to burn calories. There's no other option. So basically, but here's the deal with it. It promotes recovery and it burns calories. So this is where I've changed a lot of my views. I used to believe that medium intensity steady state was the way to go. But here's the thing. It doesn't burn much more than low intensity steady state. At the end of the day, 60 minutes, you're looking at 30, like probably 100 calories. Mm-hmm. but you're also hindering recovery, whereas low intensity will do even more. That's the difference between walking at 4.0 on the treadmill at 12 incline, just trying not to fall off, and walking at 3.0 with 0 to 2 incline.
With that, I'll propose another question to you, Mark. Something that people ask me a lot of times is when I'm talking about high intensity interval cardio, they want to know how hard they should actually go inside the high intensity interval. Because when you tell somebody that they only have to do a Tabata, 4 minutes of cardio, or if they're doing some intervals for 25 minutes, that seems so limited to people, and their mind is wrapped around 60 minutes of cardio on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, and you tell them that they don't have to do that anymore, their mind freaks out. It's almost like flexible dieting. So how hard do you have to go in your high intensity?
You ever hear those stories about the parents, the moms who lift up cars to pull their children underneath? You ever hear that fight or flight response?
Yes, I thought that was for meth, but
yes,
yeah, you're right.
But that too. The mom's on meth. It's fight or flight. I want you to get in that zone where you're literally, if you went any harder, your legs would fall off. At the end of a Tabata session, if let's say you do 2-to-1 work to rest ratio on a stationary bike, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, I want you at the end to feel like your legs are so uncomfortable you cannot find any way to get them comfortable. I want that lactic acid to be up through the roof. That's what I want. Tabata should hurt. It should be a 4 minutes of hell that you look forward to, because you know that 56 minutes later, the guy doing low intensity cardio jogging, he's still running and getting less results than you are. So that's where you can smile. And in those 5 minutes it takes you to recover, that's still under 10 minutes, you're good to go. So I think when doing high intensity, you're looking at going to the percent of VO2 max, which is extremely hard to reach.
Yep.
You need to go above and beyond that. I'm talking 130% above baseline.
You want to feel like you're going to die.
Yes, and you'll see videos with us looking and feeling and smelling like we're going to die. In fact, the smell is rigor mortis. So I think we did die.
Speaking of getting hard, we're answering a lot of tough questions here today. I know it's a lot of information, so don't take it hard.
Well, because getting hard, it's not a game.